So I've had a little think, which took about 10 seconds. I might as well have not stopped recording. Um, Clickety click. Hopefully this is recording this from. So I can either click and see where I'm recording from, so I can shuffle them together. But I think I've already said that. Anyway, I'll show you how I find songs. So we're going into. I forgot what I titled it. The song finding part of this song process or whatever. Now there's a couple of ways you can do it. Why am I doing that? There's a couple of ways I can do it. Ooh, I'm trying to think of the old ways because I've done it the same way for so long. So there's Groove Shark. Is it? No, not Groove Shark. What am I doing? SoundCloud.com. Sorry, this is. I could just tell you them. So SoundCloud.com basically. I don't know if you already have to have an account or not. I think if you do create an account, I think you basically put your name and make up a password, and that's about it. Give your email or whatever. Yeah, I might as well show you, just for anyone who hasn't seen this website before and might get a little bit lost. So usually if you're signed in, it'll be up in this corner, as most search bars usually are. So it's more about trying to word the precision of what you want. So in this case, I'll go with hip hop, and then I tend to write instrumental rather than beat. You can write beat and get similar results, because usually they'll add the tags. Tags, for those who don't know, are basically keywords that if I was to create a beat and I wanted people to search for it, well, I'd write tags to describe it, rather than just a title to describe it. Any words that can be associated with it, so them keywords, when searched for, make it easier to find, if that makes sense. So hip hop instrumental. So you got the genre. You know that you want an instrumental, but I don't want a trap beat, so I need to be a little more specific. I tend to go towards boom bap sometimes, but I think this one's going to be a little bit more uplifting, happy, cool. Let's try cool, so it comes up. What we got here? Oh, you might want to type in free as well, because right, I'll explain leasing if I haven't already. Free. I can't multitask, so I'm gonna write this in again. Free hip hop instrumental. Cool. So there's different stages to leasing a beat. So let's say I've made a beat, instrumental, and I want to maybe sell it, or maybe you'll be getting it for free, however it's done. What I would do is typically I'd do one of three things. There is maybe one of four things. Look, I'll start from the bottom level. The bottom level is you can use this for free, do whatever you want with it. I think it's what's the term for it? An unwritten rule that you should, if you use it for free, you have to give them a bit of credit for it. So you'd say prod dot by, which means produced by, and then you put the producer's name. So you can write that as part of the song title. So you'll see like Eminem prod by Dr. Dre or whatever. Or you can get around that if you don't want it in the title for whatever reason, but you have to put it at the start of a song. So verbally say produced by, or this beat is produced by whoever. The second way of getting something for free, a beat for free, is, and oh, by the way, the first one, there you have to say that it's for free. The other way of doing it is they'll say it's a free lease, which means you can use it for free, but only if you like. You can only do so much with it. So they'll have different rules. Like you can have it for free, but you can only sell 100 copies, and then you have to start paying me. Or you can have it free, but And the most typical one is you can't sell it. It's for non-commercial use, meaning if you put it in an advertisement, if it's broadcasted in any way, like on radio or anything, or in by something that would potentially make money from adverts or high listener views, or you can put it online. You can put it on like YouTube, you can put it on Facebook, but you can't really try and sell it or make any money off it in that kind of way. I don't know if there's a particular cap on views. If it goes viral, they'll probably be like, "Oh, can you chip in a bit? That'd be handy." But I don't know. I think just back yourself up. Take a screenshot of anything you read. Get what you can in writing, basically. So you don't run into any trouble should it ever occur. But anyway, the other level going up is leasing. So leasing is basically their own terms and conditions, rather than say, actually I'll go with the higher one first, because leasing's a bit more complicated. So you got the free, and then you got free leasing, which is basically free but with slightly different terms and conditions of their own. Then you've got exclusive rights, which means you have bought that instrumental, that is now yours, you own the rights to that instrumental. Can get a little messy sometimes if the vet sold exclusive rights to several people, but that doesn't happen very often because it's exclusive rights, not everyone can have these rights. Although I do not yet understand why sometimes you'll say an instrumental that is sold, but before it was sold it was being leased out for free. So I don't know, it doesn't seem very exclusive. Anyway, the middle ground is leasing, which is a legal term to say the producer of the instrumental creates his or her their terms and conditions of their own. So and there can be more than one types of lease that they'll offer. So say I've got a beat, you've got a, like, you want to use it, and I'll say, look, for £10, like, you can have it for free as long as you give me credit, or you give me £10 and you can sell 100 copies, which is convenient if you're starting out. Or I could say you give me £1,000 and you can sell up to 10,000 copies. You can have it on radio. You're allowed to have it on like a TV advertisement if you want. You know what I mean? There's a lot more to it. You can I'll give you another beat for free or whatever crap they throw in. They make their own terms and conditions, basically. That's leasing. So they lease you the beat, which means they give you the rights to the beat to use it. Not exclusive rights, because other people might have the similar rights to use it, but they say, here's the rules, here's the capping on it. Anyway, you'd go through these, just click the ones you want. I find if after about 7 or 8 it's really not what I'm looking for, then you have to try and come up with your own words. That I can't help you much with the wording of it. You have to kind of be creative a little bit yourself. And other than, I'd say sometimes if you can't describe the sound of the beat, you can try tempo, like BPM. You probably have to get used to that a little bit more if you're not a musician. And you can try say, okay, what's the emotion of this song? So I've put cool. I could put inspiring or motivating or happy. Motivating might be a little bit more hard aggression, a bit more, I don't know, synthesizers and violins and shit in it. Whereas happy might be a little more on the silly side or something. But you never know what you get, because the producers, you can have two completely different songs, but they've both decided to describe them as happy. And then, so it's worth looking through like roughly about 7 or 8 before you change to the wording to suit what you're after. Anyway, SoundCloud. I don't know if anyone still uses MySpace. What else can you use? There's Reverb Nation. I think that's becoming less and less popular, but that was really handy. It was a great networking tool. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. Well, if I made an instrumental, where would I put it? Well, I'd put it on SoundCloud, or the one that I actually use, which would be YouTube.com. Sure, you've heard of it. Now, so same thing. So I'd put in, say, happy, or sometimes someone might not have typed in happy. The perfect beat for you, they might have just not put in happy instrumental. They might have put in, I was gonna say motivational then. So you could have moving instead of sad. You have to think of synonyms. So instead of happy, you could put uplifting. I can't remember what the word. I had a word in my head then. It was a much better word, and yet somehow I can't remember what it was. So I've only heard one of these. That would be that one. So let's take a look at this. I think I've already got the beat I want to use. I might have a little look, see if I can find a different one. The downfall to YouTube now being taken over by fucking Google. So if you can hear that very well. The alarm sound ensures that I'm asleep no more. A stretch, a yawn, and my feet touch the floor. Freshen up, slip a shirt, and double cuff from Burton's. Brush teeth, wash my game face, and open up the curtains. It's the right tempo. It's kind of the right vibe. It's the right kind of style. I just feel it's a little too mellow. You know what I mean? I think because this is about getting up and getting on your feet and moving. I think it needs a bit more oomph, a bit more punch to it. This is a bit too laid back, but you know. So let's type in. It's better than happy. Or we could put in happy and something else. Ecstatic. There's probably gonna be a lot less. Oh. Yeah. Just realised. There's gonna be a lot less people describing their song as ecstatic. But oh, not trap. I don't do trap. Yeah, see, happy, the vaguer the word, the more results you'll get, but the less vague the word, the more specific you'll get in your results. But you have to get the right balance. So let's try great, positive. Let's try that one. That's a decent word. Try this. Try not to judge too much by the photos. If you recognise the producer's name, you can go by that. But, too summery, I think. Too summer-like, you know what I mean? See, a happy vibe, but alarm sound ensures that I'm asleep no more. A stretch, a yawn, and my feet touch the floor. A little too quick as well. Nah, not that one. So that first one you heard, that can be kind of the, what's the word for it? The ground, the bar, if you like, that you've set. So it has to be at least as good as that, if not better, and you're aiming for better. Uplifting. I don't know if this will be a bit dramatic, sad starting, like success story type vibe they're gonna go for. Yeah, it's a bit more dramatic and personal story of struggle sort of sound, isn't it? Uplifting. No, we want already lifted, don't they? That's it, freedom. Let's try that one. Alarm sound ensures that I'm asleep no more. A stretch, a yawn, and my feet touch the floor. Freshen up, slip a shirt, and double cuff from Burton's. I think I was like halfway through the bars then. Could potentially work. It depends what you're into as well. But I'm gonna try and find the one that I liked that I thought of using. What's the odds of it being up on this first page? Apparently very slim. I can't remember who produced it either. I think there's one or two go-to producers for me that are my kind of style, and they sound quite good. I think sometimes they lack the creativity of, well, doing the opposite of this. Basically, they'll get like a really good sample, they get a good introduction of a song, it kicks in, but then nothing else happens for the rest of the song. You know what I mean? They might add like one little layer for the chorus, and it's a bit like, I think sometimes people make some good instrumentals, but then loop it and don't do much else, and that's really disappointing to me. Anyway, let's take out the word happy. There's all the Mixler. Actually, I'll put that back in. Or it might have been CJ Beats. Actually, it's likely to be CJ because I think it's the similar kind of vibe to that one. See if it comes up.
Get closer. That still works.
It's always worth checking. You can't see it. These videos on the side, because they'll be. Always worth checking these videos on the side, because they'll be sometimes closely related to the one that you're playing, assuming the side of the video you actually like. So CJ Beats. Let's take out Mixler. I'm getting them free promotion here, aren't I? It'd be fair enough. I've been making use of their beats once in a while, writing to them. Nowhere. That's fine. With my writing style, this guy's quite easy to write to. I think I connect to some of his beats. Spirant, no, not that one. Ooh. I think it's called Hard Motivating something. Let's try that. Is it motivating or motivational? Try that. This is fucking boring. I think it was that one. Yeah. This was the one. And I can go back and compare it to that jazz one that I've seen before, but I think this one has the same vibe, just a little more punchy. I think it had a long intro though. It feels slightly slow at the same time. So the alarm sound ensures that I'm asleep no more. A stretch and a yawn and my feet touch the floor. Freshen up, slip a shirt and double cuff from buttons. Brush my teeth, wash my game face and open up the curtains. Now compare that. Oh, yeah, to. Alarm sound ensures that I'm asleep no more. A stretch, a yawn, and my feet touch the floor. Freshen up, slip a shirt, and double cuff from Burton's. Brush teeth, wash my game face, and open up the curtains. As the bacon's heating, I'm craving a ciggy, but I'm yet to have a day's task be completed. Yeah, so I think this one's got a bit more head bopping as you walk down the street kind of feel. You know, it's a bit cooler, groovier, more mellow. And the other one, in comparison, how would I describe it? Oh, it's gone. The other one's gone. I don't know. The other one seemed a little punchier, but at the same time, I can remember it feeling a little slower, even though I think they should be about the same pace, tempo. Yeah, I'm questioning myself now. I think I might actually prefer this one. It's got a bit more of a, especially if I was to use it as an opening to like an EP I'm making. This one's got a nice head bob to it, a little bit more. This one just happens to make me want to bob my head that little bit more. So even though it is a bit more mellow, I might actually side with this one. But I'll do full recordings and I'll play on my phone and keep switching time to time, and then eventually make up my mind. So there you go. I've got 2 beats that I could potentially use. And that's the thing, you don't have to just find one that could work and just use that, and that's it. You can find a handful. I mean, the less you have to choose from, the easier the choice will be. But yeah, 2 or 3, I think it would be a good number to have. And if you're not sure and they're sort of on par, you can always ask around. You know what I mean? So what else can I say? I think that'll be it for this video. That was the very basic version of trying to find a beat. I'll let you know if I think of any other websites. 'Cause I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, because I always just use this. And if I really get bored of this, I'll go to SoundCloud, because you get some different producers you don't necessarily get on YouTube. Plus with YouTube you get some of the same names popping up that dominate. With SoundCloud you get a bit more variety. So yeah, I'll leave that as that for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Pachow. That's a new thing now.